Welcome to our channel. In this video, we delve into the intriguing concept of the Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA, passed by the Indian Parliament in December 2019, and break it down into simple terms for everyone to understand. Aimed at amending India's citizenship laws, the Citizenship Amendment Act offers a pathway to Indian citizenship for undocumented immigrants belonging to specific religious minorities from neighboring countries. While proponents argue that the Citizenship Amendment Act upholds India's humanitarian values and protects persecuted minorities, critics raise concerns about its exclusionary nature and its potential impact on secularism and communal harmony in the country. Let's first discuss background of the Act. Hereafter, CAA. The CAA provides for the grant of Indian citizenship to undocumented immigrants from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan who are Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, or Christian, and who entered India on or before December 31, 2014. Notably, Muslims are excluded from the list of eligible religious communities, leading to allegations of religious discrimination and violation of constitutional principles of equality and secularism. Now let's have a view of arguments in support of the CAA. Proponents of the CAA argue that it is a humanitarian gesture aimed at providing refuge to persecuted minorities fleeing religious persecution in neighboring countries. They contend that minorities such as Hindus, Sikhs, Christians, and others face systemic discrimination and violence in countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan, and deserve protection and assistance from India, a country with a long tradition of sheltering refugees. Furthermore, supporters assert that the CAA does not affect the citizenship rights of Indian Muslims, and that it is consistent with India's secular ethos. They argue that the legislation is intended to address the specific plight of religious minorities and does not undermine the secular fabric of the nation. Proponents also highlight the historical context of the Citizenship Amendment Act, citing the partition of India in 1947 and subsequent population exchanges that resulted in the displacement of millions of people based on religious lines. They argue that the CAA seeks to rectify historical injustices and provide a sense of belonging and security to persecuted minority communities. But there are concerns and criticisms. The CAA has faced significant opposition and criticism from various quarters. Critics argue that the legislation violates the secular principles enshrined in the Indian Constitution by privileging specific religious communities over others. They contend that the exclusion of Muslims from the ambit of the CAA is discriminatory and undermines India's commitment to religious pluralism and equality before the law. Furthermore, opponents raise concerns about the potential consequences of the CAA on India's social fabric and communal harmony. They fear that the legislation could exacerbate religious tensions and sectarian divisions, especially in sensitive border regions with a history of communal violence. Critics also warn against the potential misuse of the CAA to target vulnerable Muslim communities and marginalize them politically and socially. Detractors also point out logistical challenges and administrative complexities associated with the implementation of the CAA, including issues related to documentation, verification of citizenship claims, and potential statelessness of excluded groups. To sum up, the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 has emerged as a contentious issue in Indian politics, highlighting complex questions related to citizenship, identity, and secularism. While proponents argue that the CAA fulfills a humanitarian imperative and addresses the plight of persecuted minorities, critics raise concerns about its exclusionary nature and its implications for India's secular and pluralistic ethos. The ongoing debate surrounding the CAA underscores the need for a nuanced and inclusive approach to immigration and citizenship policies that upholds constitutional values of equality, secularism, and social justice. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe our channel at Sociopedia.